Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. First thing first, it's 2019, so I wish you all a happy new year. I wish you all a lot of success in 2019, and above all, I wish you all good health, because this is the most important thing. So, today I want to talk about another bike from Boardman Bikes. So I've featured one of the Boardman bikes in the last video of the 2018, and there was another bike I wanted to talk about, and I didn't manage to make this video in 2018, so here it is in 2019. I want to talk about the Boardman SLR 9.6 disc bike. I found it very interesting considering the price and the components it has. And also, one very good surprise with this bike was the carbon fiber wheel set from an American company called Knight Composites. So let's see what this bike is all about and why I consider it a very, very interesting buy for 2019. Boardman Bikes, as I mentioned before in some of the videos, is a UK-based company. Founded by Chris Boardman. You have probably heard the name in the cycling world because Chris Boardman is definitely one of the most famous British cyclists and still the guy who holds our record, although I don't think it's anymore official because he was riding in so-called Superman position, and I think it was over 56 kilometers, which is absolutely astonishing. So, Boardman Bikes SLR 9.6 disc, current price in UK 3,900 British pounds. I'm not sure how is it with the dealers of Boardman Bikes in US. You're gonna have to check about that, but definitely in UK and I think in Europe you can get them pretty easily. So I'm on the Boardman Bikes UK website, looking at the 9.6 SLR model, disc one. And first of all, let's talk a bit about the paint scheme. I think it's a pretty classic choice of paint scheme. It's black and white or black and silver. This picture is not so clear, but all in all, pretty classic, nice looking paint scheme. Again, you only have one paint scheme to choose from. I am aware that it kind of makes a lot of challenges for manufacturers to offer more paint schemes, but it would be nice if they would offer at least two paint schemes in each bike model. If I check a bit about the components of this bike, let's kick off with the frame set and the fork. So we have the Boardman SLR carbon frame and also Boardman SLR carbon fiber fork. It's their C10 carbon fiber and is basically the highest quality carbon fiber that the Boardman uses on their bikes. Moving on to the group set, we have first of all Shimano Ultegra chain set. It's the 5034 chain set. Also we have the full Shimano Ultegra electronic group set, so Shimano Ultegra Di2 R8050, so you have the shifters, front mech and rear mech, everything in Shimano electronic group set, which is always nice to see. And you have probably noticed that I personally prefer the electronic group sets because they are the future. Moving on to the brakes, we have hydraulic Shimano Ultegra brakes. This is 160 millimeters front and 160 millimeters front disc and 140 millimeters rear disc. I wish that they included on the both wheels 160 millimeter Shimano Ultegra discs because the braking power is so much greater and better, especially for the modulation. But the price penalty you pay, it's really insignificant. Moving on to the cassette, I see they've included Shimano Ultegra R8000 cassette, 1130. so more than enough to climb any steep mountains. And I like that they didn't cut corners with the cassette, which is Shimano Ultegra, and also the chain, which is the Shimano Ultegra level chain. Anything special here, as I'm seeing, can't add anything more for the drivetrain and some of the components. Moving on to some other components of the bike, we have a saddle, which is Physique Antares R7. Nothing special I can mention about this saddle. Saddles are a personal thing, and you might want to change it if you just don't feel comfortable on it, but saddles are not so expensive, so it's easy to choose the right saddle for yourself. Nice touch again is the carbon fiber seat post, again Boardman's SLR carbon fiber, and then we have the alloy stem, alloy handlebars, and Boardman's own grip. So nothing special with the handlebars and the stem, classic alu handlebars and stem. If you feel you need to make a bike a bit more lighter, you can always change these parts for some carbon fiber parts, but I don't think it's necessary. Weight of this bike is approximately 7.9 kilograms in size medium, so not the lightest bike by any stretch of imagination, but also nothing special in the weight department. I think it's just on the average weight, like all other bikes of this category, with hydraulic disc brakes and electronic group set. And then the cherry on the top of the cake, definitely for me, is the wheel set. So Boardman on this bike has included the carbon fiber wheel set from the American company called Knight Composites. This is their 35mm TLA disc, so it's tubeless ready with Vittoria Corsa tires, 28mm width. I really appreciate that they included 28mm tires. You have maybe noticed that I prefer Continental tires, but don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Vittoria Corsa tires. So definitely the wheel set is the highlight of this bike, because you can get as the components are here, carbon fiber frame fork, also composite wheel set, full Shimano Ultegra electronic group set, Shimano Ultegra Di2, and also you get the hydraulic Shimano disc brake. So it's very hard to find any kind of cutting corners with this bike, and the price is 3,900 British pounds. So definitely I have to admit it's not the cheap bike, no way. But again, considering this composite wheel sets, I'm pretty impressed that the price is 3,900 British pounds. If you quickly jump to the Knight Composites website, so as I said, it's a US-based company. And also one interesting thing that surprised me was the lifetime warranty on their wheel sets. So any crash replacement, as I see, is also valid, so you absolutely shouldn't have any problems with these wheel sets. Speaking about the warranty, Boardman Bikes has a 3-year warranty on carbon fiber frames and forks. So definitely this is the area where Boardman Bikes could improve for the future. At least they should bump up the warranty to something like 6 years, and preferably then in the future just give the lifetime warranty. But I'm aware that they are a small company, and maybe for now it would be too much cost for them to offer the lifetime warranty. Also, if you are in the UK, definitely check out the Boardman's Performance Center near their headquarters. It's a very impressive development that they did, specifically for the wind tunnel and all the testing that you can do there, fitting wind tunnel testing. So it's a very interesting facility they have developed, and I'm so glad that Chris Boardman is pushing forward with the aero and explaining how the basically aerodynamics can really help you go faster. So just to summarize, so we have a 2019 Boardman SLR 9.6 disc bike, current price 3,900 British pounds. It's a carbon fiber frame and fork from Boardman. We have a Shimano Ultegra electronic group set, so shifters, front mech and rear mech. Also the drivetrain chain set is Shimano Ultegra. We have the hydraulic Shimano Ultegra disc brakes front back. 160 millimeter rotors on the front and 140 millimeter rotors on the back. And definitely the highlight of the bike is the Night Composites wheel set. It's their 35 millimeter wheel set with 28 millimeters tires on it. So all in all, a very interesting bike. Definitely check it out. If you can get your hands on, do some testing, some test driving, and if you like it, go for it. So I think this is gonna be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. I'll be making more and more of these videos in 2019. And if you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next episode. Pura Vida!